Welcome back, everybody. Peace and love to another, episode of these episodes.
Yes.
Yeah, another episode of DM, Random Ramblings.
Very good.
I'm here, and I think we're just gonna talk today. I just asked D before we started, what do you want to talk about? And I've been going through some anxiety issues recently, so I've been over at D's house a lot, just because he's my brother, and he's like a rock for me. So we've been talking about everything. So when we finally sit down in front of a camera, not a camera, but a mic to talk, we have no fucking clue what to talk about now. I was thinking, well, here's the thing, all right. Our number one thing that we have in common is comics. Second is movies, but that's a very far second. I watch a lot of AFI must watch movies. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm.
Like Casablanca, Sound of Music, shit like that. And D watches comedies. I mean, I'm not a big comedy fan. I am a fan of them. It's just, you watch it once and then that's kind of the whole, you can't unwatch it to get the same experience a second time, But, and video games is a far, far, far third. I don't play much video games anymore. I play strategy games.
Still video game.
Yeah, but I only play strategy games because I'm not over enough for us to play chess or something like that. Like games that I rather play, like board games.
I did see, talking about chess on Touch of Modern, they actually have a mechanized chessboard where you're actually playing against a physical computer, where you move your piece and the piece actually slides and starts moving around on the actual.
That's awesome.
Top. I was like, ooh, Touch of Modern, very nice.
Yeah.
I didn't look how much it was. I'm assuming fuck ass expensive.
I'll look it up.
But it's on touchofmodern.com. By the way, we're not sponsored. I just saw the commercial. And I thought it was pretty cool because we started talking about chess. But yeah, that one was kind of cool. They also have refrigerator tables and stuff like that.
You can save up to 70% off right now. Here's a free ad for them.
My God, and we're not sponsored, but hey, Touch of Modern.
We don't mind not getting paid. How do I just want to look at your thing. I don't want to be a member right now.
You have to be a member to look. Even though we advertise that you can look.
I saw levitating football speakers and I got really excited. Then I saw the word Patriots and went, nope.
Not a Pats fan, apparently.
No, not at all. I'm a Giants fan through and through. Giants and Rams all day. I got one on the East Coast, one on the West Coast. My dad was a huge Giants fan. So growing up, I was a Giants fan. And, I like the Rams. Just in general. I like Marshall Faulk.
Is there a reason why you hate the Patriots?
Because I'm okay. Truthfully, I'm not.
You dislike the Patriots, not hate. It's a strong word.
When you're a Giants fan, you just grow up not liking the Pats. Like they're literally one city over in Boston, and you're in New York. You know what I mean? Like it's like I'm not an Eagles fan because they're in the same. Eagles, Cowboys, and Redskins, of course, I'm not a fan of, just due to the fact that they're in the same division as me. But it's just the Giants and Pats they don't like each other. I mean, there's a reason why Tom Brady always loses whenever Eli Manning's just in a commercial.
Well,
Let's not forget they lost, and Eli was in a commercial. Every time they went up against Eli, they lost. The Giants are the only ones who stopped an undefeated season of the Pats. I mean,
well, you don't have to worry about next season.
No, I think it's with the Bucks anyway. Now.
Yep, Tom Brady went to the Bucks.
Yeah.
And apparently Gronk is supposed to be coming out of retirement to go join the...
Yeah, because he retired at 30. You're too young.
No, but he was getting messed up, though.
Oh,
even as a tight end, he was getting messed up.
The life expectancy of a football player is really not long.
But he was saying that he was going to come out of retirement to go join the Bucks as well, where Tom Brady went to. So, yeah.
Yeah, but do they want him?
Oh. Well, I mean, the Bucks
he's a good tight end, but is he, you know what I mean? It's the same thing, okay, here. Was Tom Brady good, or was Belichick good? Which one was really good? Does that make sense?
Well, that's the thing. We gotta wait. To be honest, it's hard to say right now. We gotta see if this season this next season happens, we got to see what happens with the Bucks.
This is crazy because D grew up not a sports fan.
I knew of teams.
Yeah,
I never rooted for a team.
But you never really went out of your way to watch before.
Well, because I never was really heavily into it. Like I would play like NFL Blitz on the PlayStation and stuff like that, and
yeah, you're the most you've gotten into sports was video games, right? Like you still found a nerd way of getting
NBA Jam, NFL Blitz.
Not even like the quote unquote legitimate.
Oh no, I was always playing
football and basketball.
Oh yeah, of course, because it was always fun to
20 or.
No, because I was already after the fact, and like I was already like past that sports phase in video games.
Well, I mean that was around in the 90s. I had it in the 90s.
Yeah, but I never
Madden 97 or Madden 94, one of those two.
Never really had the. Most times I had enough money to buy a game, so I bought the game that I really wanted to play. And hands down, it's usually not sports games.
No, yeah, like I didn't really get much video games growing up. My parents are very frugal. My parents are old when they had me. Like they were in their 40s, so they grew up in the 50s with parents who survived the Great Depression, so they were taught how to save.
Yep.
Which I think your parents and my parents are around the same age.
Yep.
But
so yeah, if you I would say the only real sports games
that
we bought were possibly like racing games. That would be considered a sport.
Will it? Yeah, I guess so. Any training needed to do something. I guess that's the argument that people are saying why esports should be in the Olympics. I'm against
I don't think it should be in the Olympics.
I mean, they should have their own shit. That's cool.
Yeah, it should be, but that's the hard part. Like, how are you going to test somebody's mettle? I guess you can test somebody's mettle in other games that are similar, but
like you can't have a triathlon of esports.
Technically, you could.
Not really.
It would be 3 different genres of games. You think about
but if 3 people win one, and it's not. You would have to play a game. Like a triathlon is in succession. It's not like, okay, we're doing one thing one day, one thing the next day. First you're going to swim, then we're going to take a long rest, and then do a run, then take a long rest, and then do a bike.
No,
it's you swim, run, bike.
Yeah, so you could actually do that over the course of.
And what games are we going to test your metal in? So people are good at RPG. There's too many genres. How do you?
No, like it's the main ones that usually get to the main stages. So
okay, so an FPS.
So like an FPS, a fighting game, and like a MOBA.
But what about a sports game? That's a hugely popular thing that a lot of people test their metal in.
But that's usually like online. They don't have one.
No, they have tournaments. They have Madden tournaments every year where like a bunch of
but it's in
Twitch stars pretend that they're into that.
No, but it's still not like anything like an E3. It's not anything like at Evo and stuff like that.
Yeah, it is. It's huge. Are you kidding me? EA makes all those games. They're like massive.
No, I'm not saying it's big to the. It's not.
That's
big
why
to the
they're
point.
shitting on all their other companies. Because
no, I'm not saying sports games aren't as big as like fighting games and stuff like that. It's more it's usually smaller venues that do the sports games because not a lot of it. Even though it has a heavy following, surprisingly, not a lot of people play it.
Yeah, but then at the same time, how do we know which ones we pick? Like fighting games have not that big of a following compared to MOBAs or
That's why they have their own. That's why they have Evo every year in Las Vegas.
Why don't we do?
Evo is just all about fighting games. That thing is massive.
Like
MOBA, League of Legends, even like Dota. I don't really follow League of Legends. I follow Dota. But
that's another one.
Seattle was the international. No, but the international is still like it's huge.
Well, again, there's still too many games in that genre to pick one. You can't just pick one.
No, that's right. You pick one out of the genre. You pick one out of the genre. You pick one out of the genre.
Yeah, but how do we pick it? You know what I mean? Like you alienate a bunch of a bike is a bike. It doesn't matter how what material you use in the bike. I mean, it does because you want a lighter bike to carry it, of course. But that's all stuff that's left up to the racer himself or herself, not left up to the Olympic Commission.
But you still have predetermined tracks. You still have predetermined things. You still have other stuff that the Olympics sets. The only difference is, yes, as a competitor, you can have different things. So, in that sense, you choose the different games. That's your path. Then whatever controller you want to use, stuff like that.
I get where you're coming from. Yeah. I just don't see that that's going to work because. This is a really good topic.
Again, it may not work, but it's something to think of because.
Well, no, that's the reason why. Yeah. Because of the fact that it won't work, We
Well,
can't do
I can't say it's not gonna work, but we don't know if it's gonna work because nobody's tried it. If somebody was to try it and be like, okay,
Well,
this
no,
is
we're
messed
trying
up.
it right now, and like right now,
No,
I'm seeing a big
yeah,
flaw
but see,
because
in theory,
why would League get to go but not Dota? Because now what you're
no,
looking into,
I'm just saying, just pick a MOBA in general. You could pick.
they would have to make a MOBA. That's
No.
the whole thing. They would have to make their own MOBA, which I don't think the Olympic Commission, with all the fucking billions and trillions of dollars they have.
No,
Because I'm against. Okay, I want to put this
mean,
out there first.
see, I
I'm
don't mean-
against the Olympic Commission because they go into countries, they fuck up everything, they make them spend their own money, and they keep all the tourism rights.
But-
It's bullshit.
But see, I would say make like
Not all the
you can
tourism
call it
rights,
you
but-
can call it the Olympics, but it's not part of like the actual Olympics. It's its own
think
video game version.
I think video games. The hardest thing is the fact that like, unless everybody picks one. Or they make their own that's
Or you
specifically designed for the Olympics.
You could do any of the Wii games, like the Wii Sports games, like all of those. So there are people that.
Oh my god! If they did that, I'd win. I
yeah.
get consistent 300s on bowling.
No, but there's not. It's people who are physically unable to potentially do the actual sport. You can kind of do in that.
Because don't get me wrong, now there was like
So-
Olympic sports that I don't understand. Like here's some. Oh, you know what? This would be a really good one to read
Like
on
curling.
on my. No, I love curling.
I still don't. I get the points, but it's pretty much like shuffleboard on ice.
We got J-Bay, so I gotta come up with another one that rhymes with K. But I have a friend named K, and like
Call
one
it cake.
Cake. Yeah, Cake. Cake is good. He's sweet.
Is he really?
Sometimes, depending on if his bipolar is kicking in too.
Yeah.
Because we both suffer. Like we literally had the same life. You know, parents never cared, shit like that. But we were once watching it with my parents, the Olympics, the Winter Olympics, and we're waiting for hockey to start because that's one of my favorite sports. And sure as dog shit, man, all that was on was are you moving your mic?
You need to draw attention to that.
Yeah, well, it's good. I just wanted to put you on blast. All that was on was curling, and we actually sat there and learned the sport, and it's actually really interesting. There's a lot of strategy that goes on with that.
Oh yeah, again, don't get me wrong. It's just like
But my question is, though,
shuffleboard
is
on
that like,
ice.
well, my question is that you know you scratch the ice, right?
Yeah.
So after every bowl or whatever it's called, throw. I think it's called a throw. I haven't watched it in years. After every throw, do you have to Zamboni that area again? You know what I mean?
I don't think so.
Because you scratch the ice. You're trying to make friction to slow down the stone.
No, what they're doing is they're essentially it's like cleaning the ice.
No, they're scratching that
No,
shit.
no, but you notice that in order for it to go farther, they keep brushing, and the moment they stop, it starts to slow down.
Is it? I
Yes.
mean, again, it's been years since I watched it.
It's-
I might be muffling up
It's the same thing where because what was it on the LMFAO video? Yes.
Oh my
That-
god.
No, I'm just saying they did
I
the
remember that,
curling, right?
yeah.
Same thing as the guy with the brush. You're going right in front of it to make sure that it's like I guess either clean or something like that to make sure it keeps sliding. The moment they stop going, and then you see it slow down. So it's meant to keep the curl move like going forward or wherever they want it to go, and then they stop,
Okay.
and then it'll slow itself down.
Okay. I mean,
So
again, I
Yeah, it's
don't
not-
really remember,
yeah,
but
so it's not meant to actually slow it down. It's meant to actually keep it going.
I'm trying
It's
to
just like slowing it down.
weird Olympic sports.
Oh,
Like,
the one
I
that
know,
the one
like-
that JB talks about, the
Oh,
horse
the-
trotting.
No, horse walking sideways.
Yeah, that's an Olympic sport. How is that an Olympic sport? That's more strenuous on the horse than the person. I'm just saying. 'Cause-
Well, a lot of these are actually like the first three I saw was horse related.
Exactly. So how can we put
Pistol dueling, that was one.
Why can't we bring that back? Just use rubber bullets. It'll suck, but hey, it'll be interesting to watch. I would be all over that.
Oh my god! Okay, so equestrian vaulting is when you know the vaulting, with the pommel horse or whatever it's called.
Wait,
So
so
what
I'm
do they
talking
do?
about
Breakdance moves on top
okay,
of like
so
a
we're talking about gymnastics.
the
like-
gymnastics pommel
okay, the
horse.
pommel horse, okay,
yeah, you
yeah.
know how they do breakdance moves on it. Right?
Yeah.
They used to do that on horses.
Hey, see, I would give them props for doing it
Horse
on
long
horses.
jumping, but it kept hurting the horses.
Yeah, because that's messed up. Because
Yeah.
you're fucking up a horse's joint.
Well, you're fucking up a horse's back if you're doing like a bunch of slap moves on its spine while you're doing a weird breakdance move. Fuck that shit.
Yeah. That's why they made it so it doesn't affect the horse anymore, which is nice. Animal rights.
Single stick.
What the hell is that?
Yeah, you just hit each other with a single stick.
It sounds
Literally.
like kendo.
Dog sled racing.
Oh yeah, that one, of course, Winter Olympics. Like dinner.
Plunging for depth. That's another one where you just try to get as deep into the water as you can. I guess they stopped it because some people probably hit the ground.
Or some people started getting the bends.
That's true too. No, you need to depressurize every 10 meters or something like that.
Because that's the part your body's getting used to the pressure, and the faster you come out, the easier your guts have to go. Oh, this is not here.
Fuck
and
this
out.
ski ballet. That seems dope as shit.
How are you doing ski ballet?
They did ski ballet, not how they did it. So that's already.
How often was it? Don't tell me it was only just once. If it was just once, that was a try and fail.
1988 and 1992.
Ski ballet. That doesn't seem very smart. Because, what?
No.
I'm trying to think about this in my head. How does this work?
I mean, there's art. Art's one. Just art.
What?
Yeah, art was an Olympic sport.
And yet people don't want to put video games in then?
Well, obviously art didn't last very long. Actually, no, it did. 36 years. From 1912 to 1948.
Exactly.
I guess.
You don't want to put video games into the Olympics because you want it to be physical? What the hell is that?
No, I didn't say I'm okay with art.
No.
I'm okay with ski ballet.
but I'm saying, like, they had that in for 36 years, but yet they're protesting video games. But what the hell is that?
Oh, exactly.
Like, what?
Exactly.
Stop being hypocritical, you bastards!
Well, it's not the same people.
Doesn't matter if the committee's following. If committee's following the older guidelines, guess what? You can put that shit in. If you changed it, fine. If it's still the same like it was back in 1918, no, fuck off. Put that shit in. You got to change the bylaws if you want to change this shit. Too bad.
Was that everything? Oh wow, that was all of it. All right.
But ski ballet.
I don't actually mind that.
No, it sounds interesting in theory, but I'm trying to think of how it works. In my head, it's kind of like ice skating, just with skis.
Well, croquet was in there. How boring of a sport that would be. All right, and the ball is now between the.
No, if golf was in the Olympics, that would be boring as fuck.
No, golf is actually pretty interesting. Like, if you know how to play golf
no, don't get me wrong.
But that compared to croquet, where you just hit a big ball to hit another ball into a fucking little archway, no.
Where you use a crooked, broken club to hit a small ball down some grass to get it into a hole.
But you're hitting that shit like 3 football fields in length. You know what I mean? That's interesting because at least, you got wind and all these other environmental hazards that, like the sand traps and whatnot. You're trying to aim it correctly. This is just hitting a small ball across grass 5 feet. Now, if they're hitting a croquet ball... No. That's not horseback, bro.
That's polo.
That's polo. Now, if you're hitting like that ball 400 yards, I'd be like, cool. That's dope as shit.
Yeah, if golf was to combine that one and have that, then yeah, I'd be like, yeah, that's a physical sport. That is a physical sport.
Golf is hard, bro.
No, don't get me wrong. I played it.
I don't think golf is also an Olympic sport.
No, but that's what I'm saying. If golf was an Olympic sport, like that's what I would equate like to croquet being a sport in the Olympics.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
Because it's like you're just using a little fucked up stick to hit a small ass ball, 400 yards, or because I don't even think they do like I think 1,200 yards is like the longest section I think for like any course.
I'll look it up. Longest hole in golf.
Because depending on like the par, like I know the pars make a difference. Like I know there's like par 8s, par 9s, or something like that. But it's like that to me. Again, I know it takes some skill because you need the form, you need all of that. I'm not shitting.
Okay, Satsuki Golf Club, 7th hole, measuring a whopping 964 yards. So that's 9 64ths, or 64 out of 100.
Yeah, so you're not even doing 1,000 yards. So
yeah,
I mean that's why it's like and these professional golfers can hit the ball really well. Granted, yes, the wind conditions, all that kind of stuff that does come into play, the topography of the course and everything. Don't get me wrong. Again, I'm not saying professional golfers are shit. I'm just saying in terms of golf, when you break it down, it's literally a messed up stick to hit a small ball someplace down there into a hole.
Okay, I get your like the way you're looking at it. I just personally think that like hitting that small ball 400 yards and getting a hole in one is a feat in itself. I mean, I think that's rarer than getting a hat trick in soccer.
Oh no, again,
that's super fucking rare.
Oh no, again, like I'm not shitting on golfers. I'm not shitting on people that play golf. I'm just saying when I break it down to the most basic essence of what the game is.
Oh, dude, you're throwing a ball into a tiny hoop 10 feet off the ground. That's basketball.
Yeah. So
you're throwing a foot-long ball across the field towards a friend and hoping he catches it without other people hitting it.
Yeah, but see, to me, the thing with it is the Olympics is supposed to be about teams, right?
I think
it's team sport.
No, it's not.
It should.
Luging. There's
but you're still but you're still representing your country, and you're still part of essentially a team. Like the luge team, sometimes they have singles, they have doubles.
Well, okay,
sometimes the guy uses singles and doubles.
There's a lot.
Same thing like ice skating.
You have speed running, marathons, track and field, triathlons, swimming.
But even
all
in
of
that,
those
they
aren't
have
really with teams.
No, but they have like the relays and stuff like that, which involve teams. With tweens. But
actually, I think there is tweens there.
But they have relays and stuff like that they include with the sport. So it's like so you have the single achievement of the athlete, and then you have the team aspect as a whole. Whereas I mean, because you look at basketball is in it. That's a team sport.
I mean there are team sports, but like saying the Olympics is for teams is not. Not accurate.
It's supposed to be meant as like a.
It's supposed to be a time of peace because in Greece that's when all the city-states stopped going to war. You'd think I'd get better at talking to you on mic, yet I still cover my fucking face with my hand whenever I scratch my eyes, which I shouldn't be doing. But I wash my hands.
But like with golf,
it's supposed to be a time of peace.
Yeah, but with golf, like
even though we had the austerity games and then we had the Nazi games.
Where Hitler got mad.
Where there was like no allowed, like they didn't allow my people to play, and then you had that one Olympics where, what was it? The Israeli team was kidnapped by a bunch of radical people.
I'm not surprised.
And they were held at gunpoint, and then since it was the Olympics, it was wall-to-wall coverage news.
Yeah.
And they all got killed because all the bad guys had to do was just watch the news, and they knew exactly when the cops were coming.
Yeah, which is pretty bad.
It was the Munich games, if I'm not mistaken. So, of course, it was in Germany when this happened.
Well, yeah.
I don't think it was Germans, though. Like, I don't blame Germany. I blame Nazis.
Yeah, just the radical groups.
Yeah, because I think Captain America, the first Avenger, said it best. People forget that the first country that the Nazis ever took over wasn't Poland. It was Germany.
Yep.
There's a lot of people in Germany who were against it. And I think they don't hide from their past. Like in America where we're like, slavery, that was nothing. You know what I mean? Like how people pretend like that.
They acknowledge it, but it's like,
no,
I didn't own slaves, but your ancestors did. But I'm not my ancestors. So you're
which is true.
Happen.
Like I agree with that.
But they're also saying that like some people are saying it didn't even happen, that it was all fake. Like, why is it in the history books then?
People think the Holocaust is fake.
Yeah, that's the scary part. You still have people that think the Earth is flat.
Like my cousins, like they are not here anymore. Like you know what I mean? Fuck you.
The Holocaust is fake. No, it's documented in many different countries. Are you saying this is a conspiracy theory of the world during World War II?
Yeah, so it's the New World Order, like the lizard people.
Like what?
Look,
coming from the cores of the Earth.
I want to believe in stuff. I always say, I'm very scientific when I think, and I don't believe in a lot of things, but I'm trying to. I'm working on myself, and there's some things I would never believe in. Like when people say, oh, the government can control the weather. They can't. They really can't.
Because if you could control the weather...
we would be winning wars.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We wouldn't have all this.
Want to know how I know there's no cure for cancer? Because rich people still die of cancer. You don't think Alex Trebek could afford the cure for cancer if we had it? Because that's the thing. That's an actual conspiracy theory, that there is a cure for cancer, and the government's not giving it out to anyone.
Yeah.
But if we could, like, rich people are rich. Look at all the people in Florida. All
No.
those rich people in Florida who went out and they used their own money to buy their tests.
But see, the thing
If
with
they could do that with the pandemic, then there is
the thing with the cancer thing, and I think because again, yes, it's a conspiracy theory, but it at times makes sense
Do you
that the
believe that there's
government
merit in that?
no that the government doesn't want to release it just for the sole purpose. It's not to make money. Well, it is to make money, but it's also to make sure that the way I kind of look at it and the way I've heard it,
Population control. That's what I think.
yeah,
If,
the way
if,
the
I'm,
way I've
if I'm
heard
going
it,
to dive into this water,
the way I've
then I
heard
think
it
it's
is that way.
population
The
control.
other way is the fact that they do have a cure for cancer, but they don't want to release it because of the fact that pharmaceutical companies will lose a lot of money, and that's a lot of money towards other types of research and stuff like that you can do. And that's just some of the theories I've heard. But yeah, the main ones would be population control and big pharma trying to keep squeezing people for money. So that's the other part. Or I think if a company did discover the cure for cancer, a cure for like other diseases, they're not gonna unless it's something that can rapidly kill the entire populace, like what's going on now. They're not gonna try and release a cure for it because you
I'm
figure.
afraid of the vaccine, by the way.
Well, I mean, yeah,
Because
it's
they're
not gonna
rushing.
It's
That's
not
my
gonna, yeah,
biggest
it's not
problem
gonna
is
be
they're
tested.
rushing.
Well, it's going to be tested, but it's going to take. They said what 6 months to like a year before we even see like the first ones actually roll out
Oh, it's like a year to a year and a half.
after the trials and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah. But, like...
But the earliest they said would be if they rush it heavily would be 6 months.
Yeah,
at the
you
earliest.
see, like, we got a cure for polio. Or vaccine. I don't know if it's a cure.
No vaccine for it. Yeah. So it's not so much a cure; it's more of a vaccine against said disease. So that's the thing. I don't know if there's. Well, see, that's the thing. So I can't say there's a cure for any disease, but there's vaccines for the diseases. So I would say going back to the conspiracy theory, it's not a cure for cancer. It's more of a vaccine for cancer that can either prevent you from getting it ever, or they know the genetic marker to be able to know, okay, this person is going to get cancer before they're even born, and they can change that. But I don't think they want that kind of thing to go out there to be able to be done because then you also have the other side of it of the spiritualists, as far as like the ones religions over there that you're not supposed to mess with that kind of shit because
It's God's will.
it's God's will, it's God's doing. So yourself trying to fix that is trying to play God.
Like, okay, so today, which I don't know if we want to date this.
Just today.
Just today, some random time.
This is a few days before the next one goes up.
Okay, so today I took a vow of pacifism, and I understand where they're coming from. Like I stopped eating meat. I still eat fish. I'm working my way through that, but I took a vow of pacifism. I understand not wanting to God's will and whatnot, right? But I don't think that you should just not have self-preservation. Just because I'm a pacifist doesn't mean I won't kick someone's ass if they're trying to hurt me or my family.
No, yeah, but I think
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like when they say like it's God's will, that's where I'm willing to give religion a chance. I'm willing to learn. I'm willing to strive to be a better person, but I'm not willing to allow God's will, if you want to call it that, to let me die of cancer and leave my daughter without a parent. You know what I mean? Like.
No, I mean, see, that's the whole part. It's like that's why I don't. I wouldn't say there's ever a cure for a disease, because.
Well, there is. I think we have cures.
For what?
I can't remember. I can look it up if you want me to, but my phone is dying, so maybe it's your turn
to
look up something.
But that's why,
Sorry, bro.
Honest, I don't think they actually have cures for diseases. It's vaccines that once we get to a certain point, if the disease itself doesn't mutate and everybody's immunized to it, it goes away, but it doesn't mean that it's gone for good, because it was the same thing like the smallpox. Smallpox, we didn't have anything for like the longest time, and then we went into the whole anti-vaxxer thing with the whole thing with autism, and that's another can of worms that I don't want to get into. But after the anti-vaxxer thing happened, it showed that smallpox came back, even though smallpox at the time with the vaccine was considered eradicated, but I don't think it would be considered cured. So.
No, okay, I get it. I get where you're coming from. I'm pretty sure there were cures, though. Well, I guess a vaccine causes the cure.
Cause yeah, so this one, well, this kid's health. Nope.
Yeah, no. I don't want. Like, I'm not an idiot.
See, so it says eradication of infectious diseases. This is on Wikipedia. I don't know how accurate this is, but 2 infectious diseases have successfully been eradicated: smallpox and rinderpest. But the thing is, they said it's eradicated, but smallpox came back within like the last like 10 years, because as we started to not do the smallpox vaccines, or you had the people that were against vaccines and stuff like that, because we hadn't seen it for a while, and then smallpox came back.
Okay.
So that's the part. So to me, it's not so much the word cure in that sense is loose. It's more. Are we able to control it to the point where we will not see it come back? And then if so, then yes, we've successfully cured it for that time frame. But like from the time frame that we didn't see smallpox till recently, it's because people started to not do the vaccine, and then it came back because then it allowed hosts to be susceptible to it again. So
Okay.
So to me, the vaccine I would say is a better term to get rid of the disease, but you're not totally eradicating it. Scientifically, they could say they did, and maybe it's just a newer strain, which could have been a thing. But at the same time, those that have been vaccinated for smallpox weren't getting it though, and like it only started to appear on children that weren't vaccinated essentially. So
because I'm a pretty optimistic person. Well, I try to be a pretty optimistic person. I know that I was very pessimistic early on in our recordings, but I'm learning Buddhism.
It's not pessimistic. It was just more being.
I was a realist.
Yes.
But the thing is, though, is that being a realist, you get less in touch with realism, like the reality around you. No, it's true. It's because here's the thing: you shun things that seem far fetched, right? Like, look, you and I were talking earlier because I'm getting into crystals. Now, I'm not Becky who goes to Starbucks and get a mocha chocolate or whatever.
With extra whipped cream.
Yeah, no, I'm a black coffee kind of guy.
He likes his coffee how he likes his men. Without a dick in it.
What?
Sorry.
What? That doesn't make any sense.
I can't remember the joke.
No, I like my coffee like I like my women without a penis.
Yeah.
I forgot that joke.
Yeah.
But, did I tell you that joke?
No, I know I read it someplace, and I know it started to pop up recently on my Facebook, like jokes and stuff like that.
Oh. Our dog's in the room with us right now.
He's just chilling, lying on the ground. One of our possibly mascot captain, sleeping on the ground.
Oh fuck! What were we just talking about?
The crystals.
Oh yeah. Like
the
I was a realist, and I didn't believe in crystals. I'm like, rocks don't vibrate. But you taught me differently. You know what I mean? And that showed that like just because I was a realist meant that like realism, like a lot of realists out there shun things that they personally find. I just burped. Oh, excuse me. That they personally find to be untrue.
Yeah.
And that's the problem with realism.
Yeah.
Or realistic ideals. You know, so I'm now trying to be more optimistic and positive about a lot of things, which is getting annoying to people. I feel like I owe your parents like more food than what I've already brought for like just helping me in dealing with all this pessimistic rage that I have in me.
But again, that's the first step. It's releasing. It's being the Hulk, releasing all that rage.
That's true, but so like you know, I'm trying to give them a chance, but I don't believe in like going back to what I was saying. I don't believe that you should be against helping, you know, saving, you know, like self-preservation should be your number one goal.
Yeah.
You know, like I will avoid violence at all possible, but I will protect myself. Like I'm gonna start a martial art again. And I'm gonna learn how to fight. I'm gonna learn how to not fight, but to protect.
Defend.
Exactly. That's why I was thinking Aikido.
Well,
I think it's a little slow for my mentality.
I mean, because that was the whole thing with.
Because like finding pills for your mental problems, like you got to find the right cocktail. And it's the same thing with martial arts. Not all martial arts are for everyone.
Yeah.
Some
But
people are, more pacifistic than me. I like Muay Thai.
yeah, and don't get me wrong, like, but even like the teachings in Muay Thai and stuff like that, where you look at Ong Bak and stuff like that, the teacher taught Tony, like the character anyway. Teacher taught Tony Jaa all the.
I don't know his name. It's only in Thai, and I don't know. I kind of just watch it for the martial arts, so I don't know anything about the actual
his name was
story.
Ting. His name was Ting.
Oh, I gotta grab my keys because I gotta take medicine.
But yeah, so his name was Ting in the movie. But
oh, was it really?
Yeah.
I don't know anything of the story. I just was like, this is cool fighting.
But Tony Jaa, as far as in the movie, it was displayed that in his village, the teacher taught him and told him, "Now that I've taught you everything, I don't want you to use it," because like they tried to go a little bit more in depth where they said he was in a particular style of a match that's seen, that's that actually they say is illegal in Thailand by standards now, but it was the rope glove match where they dipped their hands in resin and put like glass and stuff on it.
Yeah.
And they said the teacher actually killed somebody, which is why he ended up becoming a priest. But he's still passing on the knowledge of the martial art. It's just he doesn't want him to use it unless like absolutely provoked. So even when he was in the city,
I'm showing a picture my friend sent me where it's a fly, and why are flies so hard to kill?
Yeah,
because every one of their 100 eyes is a shotgun.
Yeah, but the reason why if you look at him in town, like he wasn't really trying to attack anybody, right? It was more somebody is attacking him. He's not doing much to like hurt them. He's just doing stuff to kind of like immobilize them or get away from them essentially. So you look at like when the guy kicked him, he like grabbed his foot and he's like pushed him.
I think the story of Muay Thai, the actual the king was kidnapped and he was told that he had to fight all these people if he wanted to be freed. And so he came up with the martial art on the spot or something like that. I don't remember the full story, but again, that was self-preservation.
Yeah. So that and even same thing technically I would say like even Bruce Lee's one Jeet Kune Do, it's called the way he called it the way of the intercepting fist because it's not meant to be like offensive. You're reacting to what the other person is doing.
Yeah.
So it's defensive. Same thing like when Wing Chun that was the basis for Jeet Kune Do is defensive.
Yeah.
You can do offensive things.
I think Judo too. Judo was all about defense.
Yeah, it's even something like Aikido. That one is defense as well.
I think Aikido is straight defense. Like that's the reason why there's no martial art tournaments in Aikido because all it would be two people standing there waiting.
Yeah, so that's why. Aikido you can mix with other martial arts as a basis.
I think a lot of people. Who was that actor?
Which one?
The cook did it.
That was Steven Seagal.
Yeah, isn't he like a seventh Don or whatever the hell they're called? I know he's the ambassador of Russia.
Because even like Michael Jai White too, he knows like 3 or 4 different martial arts proficiently.
Which one's Michael Jai White?
The From Never Back Down 2.
I've never watched it. I watched the first one.
He was also
with Digimon Hansu. I never knew how to say his name, but our friend calls him Digimon Hansu.
I think it's like Jimon.
Jimon?
Yeah.
Is Hansu correct?
I don't know.
I'll look it up after we're done with this.
I think it's pronounced Jimon.
Jimon.
Oh, yeah. Because it's like DJ, it's like...
yeah,
DJ
is it like Django?
Something like that, yeah, I think.
My name is Django because the D is always hard. I love that joke.
No, what else was Michael Jai White? He was in a couple other movies. Like he was.
Who's that guy who's in every movie right now too?
Samuel L. Jackson.
Well, yeah, he was always in every movie though.
That's why. That Ted too, man. That's what they specify. No, you don't know who Samuel Jackson is? You ever seen every movie with a black guy? Yeah, that was him. That was Ted too. Because what's your face was Sam Leslie something. Her name was Samuel Jackson.
I just told my wife that we were talking about the Olympics, and she asked me to ask our fans if anybody knows any brushing sport, is what she called it, curling. Yeah, she called it the brushing sport. If anyone knows how, or anywhere in Hawaii that we can learn how to do that, we're going to be... My wife and I are going to be the next Jamaican bobsled team, but Hawaiian curling team. And we're going to do this. She really wants to learn that. I think she likes that sport a lot, too. I showed her that sport.
But I think the only place we can really test and like
Well, let's
practice
not
would be
say
like,
it. Let's not say the company out loud. Just
yeah, would be over there. That's
yeah,
about it. But yeah, so the actor who you've seen the live action Spawn, right?
yeah.
Yeah, the actor who plays Spawn, that's Michael J. White.
Word,
So
word.
he, and he
The wait. When you say live action Spawn, you mean the '90s one, right?
yeah, that John Leguizamo was the
John
clown. Yeah,
Leguizamo.
him. So the main actor who played Spawn, that was Michael J. White. But he does know like 4 or 5 different martial arts, and he's proficient in all of them. So he can. So literally, what he's doing in like the Never Back Down movies and stuff like that is stuff he's actually learned. He's not faking this shit. Like that one I thought is actually pretty dope, especially for like, and he's well. And granted, I've never met him in person. I don't know if people are saying
Michael B. Jordan. That's the guy I was saying who's in like literally every movie right now.
yeah, because he was in Black Panther. He's Apollo Creed's son.
And he did one of my favorite books as a TV show for
Fahrenheit 451.
Fahrenheit 451. He did.
I remember that he was because he was the main antagonist in that.
I don't remember what channel this was on though.
Which one?
Fahrenheit 451.
It was a movie.
No, it was a TV show.
It was a movie.
Was it a movie? Oh,
Yeah.
it was a movie. I thought it was a TV show.
No, it was a movie.
Oh,
So he was-
you know
he
what
was
it
the main
was? Because it was
antagonist.
on Stars or something like that.
Yeah.
And I was watching it, and I only watched a bit of it because I was like, look, I got shit I gotta get done today.
I got shit to do.
Yeah, like it was one of those days where like I was trying to be lazy, but my brain was like, no, you got shit to do. You got to go to work. You got.
But yeah, that one it was a movie based on the book. That he was the main antagonist that was going. He was like supposed to be the best
It's protagonist.
whatever. But he was supposed to
He's
be
a
the
fireman, and he
was supposed to be the best in the unit, but then all this stuff happens.
You
They
see,
wake
but that
up,
doesn't
yeah.
follow the book though, because when his name is Guy Montag, and when Guy Montag meets Clarissa, I think her name was. I can't really remember right now. McLennan.
Mm.
Because he was like he enjoyed it. Like literally, the beginning of the book was a love story to burning books. Like the first paragraph was like, I love watching the pigeon wing flutter in the fire.
Well, I mean,
and the
because
smell of kerosene and
because
petrol.
even though he was considered
Like, he
a
was turned
firefighter,
on.
even though he was considered a firefighter, it was more they were the ones that
This is in a future where people don't talk like we are.
Yeah.
Like I come over to Dee's house a lot, especially recently. Like I said, just to talk to him because he's my brother. Like I love him.
And talking helps.
And yeah, talking helps. Like, again,
just about anything.
I'm
just
trying to
occupy
stay
the
away
mind.
from just being an after-school special and being like, hey, mental help. You know what I mean?
Mental health help.
Yeah, mental
MHH.
help. Mental help, is that a good way to say it? I guess it's a good way to say it. Get mental help. Talking does help.
It does.
Even
Even if you don't have like mental issues, don't. It's bad to like bottle
if you think you don't have mental issues, you totally have mental issues.
No, but what I'm saying is like it's not good to bottle up emotions. It's good to at least be able to vent to like a friend, family member, anything like that.
That's why I do this
Just
show.
so it doesn't mess you up physically. Because to be honest, I've been watching a lot of like chiropractors and stuff like that on YouTube because I like hearing the cracking noises. It's really soothing for whatever reason.
ASMR.
Yeah, but a lot of them say that there was one that I recently watched. It was like a supermodel. She was having issues because she couldn't think straight and stuff like that. And he was like, "Oh, it's good that you brought that up because if you look at how the nervous system works, when something in the spine is misaligned, it just sends like just random info like to your brain, so you can't focus." But the moment you clear that up, it helps a little bit more, and it releases like a lot of the stress and stuff like that.
This is where my realist brain couldn't keep up, because I'm like, that's bullshit. You know what I mean? Like I kept like that. That's why I tell people to keep an open mind, especially for everything. You know what I mean? Like forgive the people who hurt you.
See that one.
Forgive yourself for hurting people. Things like that.
Yeah.
Keep an open mind. Like that was. Like the crystals, I don't believe that rocks vibrate, but I'm trying to. That's why I got a bracelet, an anklet, and a necklace.
So, but
I just need earrings.
that one essentially. I keep saying essentially, but that one is scientifically proven.
That's already 2 shots.
Yeah, I know. That one is scientifically proven due to the fact that they looked at how the synapses and stuff are firing when somebody has like even if your back is misaligned and once you realign it, the synapses fire differently from when you have like.
Maybe I should try this out.
I want to see a
I
chiropractor. Like
wanted
my back is shit, and I want like it hurts.
Are you kidding me? I played volleyball all my life. You dive on the floor. Like you dive for every ball.
I played volleyball for 3 years. Not in high school, but I did play volleyball for 3 years.
Like consistently?
Yeah.
Or did you play once every 3 years? You know?
No. It was 3 years. I was part of like an after school league thing that played with like a lot of.
Oh, that's awesome. No, I played literally all year round. I was a part of, I was the first team. Like, our school didn't have a male volleyball team until my freshman year. And I didn't want to play football because I was tired of getting my ass kicked because I was a running back. And
they take the most punishment.
Yeah, no, dude. Your whole job is you see those big guys, run between them. Hope you don't get hurt. Like, and I played for a team that sucked. Like, our high school was not the best because another school got built, so all the big kids went to that school, and we didn't get any of the kids. Yeah. Because when my father went to the same school for his last year, because he played football for another team, and that school, let's say, didn't have a good track record for students, for the education side, but their sports side was really good. So when my dad said he wanted to stop playing
but that's
football,
why even though it's a public school, it's like a private school in a sense too.
What is that extra school that was built?
Yeah, because I think they recruit, as it would be.
They take a lot of people from. I wouldn't say it's a poor neighborhood, but there's a neighborhood. It's called Hawaiian Homestead, and it's the government's way of giving back land to the Hawaiians after half of us sold it, the other half was taken.
Yeah.
That's why I think I have a really big affiliation with Native Americans, is because I get it. Like, as a Native Hawaiian, I understand your anger, but you can't keep holding resentment for the past. You know what I mean?
And that's why the Native Americans have the best ideas. We're gonna make casinos and win and take all your money. Because that's all you people care about. Money. Guess what? We have all of it now.
In Hawaii, it will go downhill if we open up a casino here. I already know it.
Yeah, that's why gambling's illegal.
What is it? The 8th island, 9th island is Vegas? Like, Jesus Christ, man. Like.
Yeah, but that's why they don't allow sport. That's why they don't really allow like any type of gambling here. Even like, if.
I just lost a bet. Okay, so here's I don't know if I want to say this on mic because I'm going to try to keep my personal life.
As far as
I lost a bet. I bet there's a 50-50 chance. I bet one way, and D was there to see me lose my money.
Yep. And
I didn't bet D.
This is the guy who keeps saying that he never loses bets.
I never lose a sports bet. I never lost a sports bet.
Yeah, so you had to, but that was the one you had to change.
I also quit betting on sports because I know for a fact the law of numbers is gonna fuck me up.
But that's why. Before was, I never lost a bet. I remember you saying that before. I never lost a bet until you lost this one.
Because the 8 noble truths say
and then you
speak truth, and now I don't lie.
That's why you had to switch it to I never lose sports bets.
Yeah.
Eventually, that luck is gonna run out.
Nope, because I'm done. I'm quitting while I'm on top, baby. Like Richard Nixon, quit while you're not that far behind. Like,
I choose to recuse myself from this. You break my shit. I choose to recuse myself from this now that I won.
So I have a really bad smoking habit right now. It comes and goes. I'll quit for a couple years. I'll have a mental breakdown. And I'll start smoking again, and then I'll quit. So I'm trying to quit now because my brain is going a lot better. This is about 2 weeks now since our last recording.
Well, I mean, you're smoking weed, and I think the weed messed it up even worse.
Yeah, if you're getting help for bipolar, like, Latuda and things like that, Vraylar, I think is another one.
Yeah, but Vraylar, I think is it's supposed to be for like the bipolar and depression.
Yeah, which I think I'm very much a 50-50. Yeah, like, I have a lot of manic and a lot of depressive.
Because I don't know if there's a difference between bipolar, just regular bipolar versus
BP
bipolar.
BP1 and BP2.
Yeah, so I think Vraylar was for the bipolar depression side, and I think Latuda is just for the bipolar side.
Yeah.
So I think Vraylar has an extra depression.
Like a lot of people with bipolar, they abuse alcohol and drugs. and it's it kind of helps a bit. Like it does,
Yeah,
you shouldn't.
because you're chemically imbalanced, so it kind of brings, in
Well,
general
okay,
terms, it kind of brings
alcohol
it
and
balance.
bipolar medication work the same way. It calms down the nervous
Yeah.
system, but they don't work together. That's why.
Oh yeah.
That's why I recently quit drinking and smoking weed because I think like the pills brought me to normal, and then the weed and alcohol shot me to manic.
Yeah. So you went from one extreme where the weed and alcohol brought you to normal, and then now that you have
Yeah,
the
then I kick
medication
it
to
into
bring you to normal,
overdrive
and then
almost.
the needle went completely the opposite way because of the fact that instead of bringing you to normal, it went blip.
Yeah.
Houston, we have liftoff.
No, it's not a healthy way to live. Also, like I mean, weed does help. I'm still a huge proponent for people and
Oh, yeah, don't get
marijuana.
me wrong, but I think in terms of like potentially in your case for the mental illness, we don't know for sure if that's what the issue was, but it seems like that might have been a component in it. So I'm
Well,
not.
where we were going with this topic was I'm using D's mod to vape because I can't smoke cigarettes in their house because it smells like garbage. Not the house, but the cigarettes. The house smells like dog.
No,
Well,
it
just
doesn't.
some things smell like dog.
Yeah,
Like that
well,
blanket that I always use.
because that was his blanket.
Yeah, I know.
I washed it, but I mean, it still smells like it because it's his
No,
blanket.
yeah, no, you're never gonna like dog stays. Dog smell stays.
Unless you Febreze it, like those
No,
commercials. Yeah, you just Febreze it.
Febreze just smells like a bathroom to me.
It's dog. This smells like flowery dog shit. Huh. Even though they say Febreze doesn't cover up, it eliminates odors. Although I have sprayed freaking Febreze at work where people smell like shit and it just smells like flowery shit. I'm like, this does not eliminate odors. This covers shit up. Stop lying.
I mean, it
It's pretty
doesn't.
bad.
It really doesn't help. Like
Yeah, it just makes it smell like flowery shit. I'm like,
it's like
this is worse.
it's like Drano. Drano's a very much a 50-50 shot. Like I had a
Not saying you drink Drano.
yeah, don't do that. Don't do that.
Don't.
Like
Yeah.
smart or dumb, I want everyone to live a happy life. So please don't drink Drano. And don't listen to what you see on the news about hydrochloroquine or any other untested drugs or
Any
untested.
stupid challenge that somebody puts
Yeah.
online.
Yeah, because that's less
Please
people.
be smart about it.
A, that's less people watching us because you're dead. And B, you're dead and you're making people in your life very sad.
Because you decided that it was a good idea to do some type of stupid challenge that everybody else was doing.
Yeah, live your own life, man. Like, listen to Eminem. When Eminem made a bunch of music where he's like my fans, if I say jump, they say how high. That's not okay. Like, that's not okay.
I think the one saying that got to me that I think it's still messed up in the saying, but it's like everybody here is like, oh, if your friend jumps off a bridge, would you jump off a bridge? And the response to that one was no, because I would be the one to jump off the bridge first.
You see, don't do that unless
No.
if you're like
Yeah.
bungee cording or
No. I'm not saying it in the sense that
free fall.
that you're trying to that you're that kind of analogy to me is more you want to take the lead in stuff and you want to make sure you want to take the lead. You don't want to follow somebody else's example. You want to be the example.
I get it. I think the
Yeah.
message can get kind of.
I know it sounds I know it sounds messed up but that was one that kind of like that was my interpretation of it. Where it's like, oh, if you jump off a bridge, if your friend jumps off a bridge, would you jump off a bridge with them if they do it? It's like, no, I would be the one to set the example. So I'm not going to jump off of the bridge, so they're not going to jump off of the bridge.
Yeah, I
It's like
get that.
it sets precedence. So that one is one that got to me a lot, especially with like everything going on and stuff like that. It's like I don't want to be the person that follows by example. I want to be the person to set the example, or at least set something.
I think that's where I am in
forward.
life now.
Yeah.
But yeah, going just to like reiterate, like this was just this literally is a random rambling. I don't think we actually have a point of contact, not a point of contact, but like a heading in a direction.
A major point is just getting our thoughts out there because with everything going on, I want to be able to at least help people kind of get out of
Yeah,
the
especially with
shit
like
situations. Just even if it's for like, even if you listen to us for like 10, 15 minutes, if just hearing us talk about stupid crap, about random things, even gets your mind off of what's going on in the world, I take that as, at
A
least we're
win.
doing something.
It's a win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're helping with anything, be it, if you don't want to cope with something at the time and you want to just clear your mind and you listen to us, that if we're helping, that's what we want to do.
We're just two dudes who we're just two nerds, and we're two nerds who lived a life where completely different from each other. One of us had a very good upbringing with a very good like he was a
Foundation.
nerd, but like the nerd, like he wasn't a nerd like the other one was. And I'm not gonna. Well, it's kind of obvious which one is which. Like one of us was
Oh.
bullied relentlessly in school, took out his aggressions
Well-
on other people, and the other one was bullied,
Yeah.
but not as intensely.
Oh no, apparently I was because
I mean, you came out fine.
well, I had to go to anger management.
That's true.
So
But I believe
there was-
everyone needs
there-
to go to
yeah,
anger management.
there
If
was
you want a good
there's a
manage,
certain point.
if you want to manage your anger, I actually have a really good tip. And this is, I'm not a doctor. I'm gonna put that disclaimer out
Please
there.
don't say that count to 10 thing because that does not work.
It does. I mean, like,
I
if
mean,
you,
it can. It didn't work for me.
but what you want to do is breathe in, and then when you're exhaling, you count. You don't, 1, 2, 3. No, you count slowly, taking deep breaths.
'Cause-
Because anger and panic have the same neurotransmitters.
Mm.
And they do the same things. They make you short of breath. Like when you have a panic attack, you can't breathe. You just can't breathe. Like you just. So to shock your mind, take a really deep breath in. But to manage your anger, the people feel like anger is a feeling. It's not a feeling. It's a reaction.
Yeah.
So try to get angry at someone right now. Just be angry. You can't, right? It's
I'm
very
the fucking
difficult.
Hulk, bitch.
It's
I'm
very-
always angry.
Well, yeah, right. It's very difficult though to just get angry.
Yeah, there has to be a reason behind it.
Yeah, but I think that like once you learn that you can't get angry, then anger kind of goes, not it goes away, but it helps you. It gives you that thing where like when you start feeling like you're getting angry, you can feel it. It does. It is a reaction, but you do feel it. Try to get more angry, and you can't. You will get as angry as you are, and when you realize that,
Well,
like
it depends on what you're fuming about too.
that is true. That is true. I'm talking like if you're getting cut off or something like that. The little angers.
Yeah, it's just gonna be
The
like the
angers that
instant,
don't
and
matter,
then once
yeah.
it goes away and the guy drives off or lady drives off, you're like, you're not fucking worth it. Really.
Yeah, like when you realize that there's nothing really worth getting angry over.
Yeah,
But that's again, it's a process.
but to be honest, I honestly do not remember going to anger management. Either as a child, because I think I went to anger management in like 3rd or 4th grade. Either I completely blocked it out of my mind, and I guess that helped me, or because I have been told, I just don't remember, and I've been told by multiple people, yeah, I did go to anger management, I just don't remember it. So I don't know if something happened there that either made me completely forget that I went, or unless I was hypnotized or something. I don't know.
Hypnotism works.
Yeah, but don't get me wrong. Like I still have my human nature. Everybody gets angry. I have had my bouts of where like in middle school, high school, anybody who would mess with my girlfriend at the time would receive almost my full wrath because
Yeah.
that shit does not fly.
No,
Like,
like
it does not
there's
fly.
some things that are
Just don't
okay to
be
be
a dick.
angry about. Like, but I don't know. It's weird now because I've taken this oath of pacifism, and once I verbally said it, like to my wife, my mom, and my you guys, which are not you guys, like both you guys, the audience, and you guys talking to D and his family because they adopted me a long time ago. I just can't. I don't even know what to say about anger because I don't feel it anymore. I got, I think, a little angry today and I calmed down almost instantly.
Yeah.
But anyway, like I'm trying again, like I said, I'm trying not to make this an after school special, but I believe that there's so much negativity out there that I want this channel to just be not even a beacon of positivity. Because again, I don't want to be known. I don't want people to know who I am or where I live. I'll tell you Hawaii, but I won't live here for very long. I will move it eventually.
I think for you being a pacifist, you're more of a conditional pacifist.
Kind of.
They break it down where
there's Buddhist monks out there who practice martial arts because they were attacked by bandits on their way back to the market.
No, but that's why this one it says conditional pacifists are against war and violence in principle, but they accept that there may be circumstances when war will be less bad than the alternative.
No, I'm against war. 100%. There's no reason to be putting human lives out there.
But it's the thing, if you have to fight back, that is better than the alternative.
Yeah, but there's
loss of life.
The only alternative.
This one they just do broad terms because they base it off of war.
Oh, okay.
I would say it's in the concept of yours. You're against the violence.
I think all pacifists have their own moral code.
Yeah, but this one is like you're against the violence of it, But if the alternative is life or death, you would choose the self defense and
I will never kill a person.
Yeah, I will. So I'm not saying you're gonna go and kill them, but it's like that's the part where I guess they emphasize war on, where it's better. That's better than the other alternative, which could potentially be you dying.
Yeah,
you fight back so you can live. Yeah. So that's why I think you're more of a
conditional pacifist.
Conditional pacifist, because
that's why I gave up meat, because I believe that all life is sacred, and I just I can't personally.
We taught a lion to eat tofu.
Did we really?
No, that was in Futurama. Remember?
Oh, that's right.
That was the hippie one. We don't eat things that feel pain. And then he threw the brick, and the guy's like, "Ow!" And Bender's like, "I guess we won't eat you then."
Well, hey, that's true.
And that's not true. We taught a lion to eat tofu. Who looked anemic and was coughing. Yeah.
Well, it's because they don't have their bodies. Yeah.
So that's the thing.
I let nature do nature shit.
Yes.
But I live outside of nature because I'm a conscious being. I don't react on instinct.
Yes.
Well, I used to, but I don't anymore.
But that's why it's not good to try and make your dog vegan or anything like that unless specified by your veterinarian.
If the animal is designed, like dogs are wolves. They eat meat. They eat chicken. They eat
cats
pork.
Eat meat. Cats eat meat. Well, technically, I would say dogs are omnivores because they do eat like grass and stuff like that.
Yeah, too. Exactly. So you don't
you can't cut stuff out and then be like, oh, I can give them supplements and vitamins and stuff like that. Some say they can, but I would say most vets are against that because that's not how
the evolution didn't go that way.
Yeah,
we are omnivores. We can survive without protein, and there are
But they also design supplements for the humans to be able to get the necessary vitamins and minerals and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Some people have done that for their pets and stuff like that, but I don't think it's as effective as being able to give them the proper diet and the proper.
And again, we're just two humans. All right, please don't if you're gonna take anything from us, just take the positive. But understand that we are just saying our own personal opinions.
Yeah, that's my opinion. Anybody who tries to make an animal vegan, that's an omnivore or is a carnivore, that's animal cruelty to me.
Yeah,
because that you're making the animal suffer that you don't need to be suffering.
Yeah.
So I mean, as I've seen it on Facebook and stuff like that, where you have all these influencers who are like, yeah, I'm gonna go vegan, and then they make their dog vegan. And everyone's why?
First of all, the dog didn't ask to be vegan.
They're not designed that way. They're not.
Even if they were, they didn't ask to be vegan. There's never, my dog didn't go up and be like, oh, Raggy. No, he was like, bark, bark. So my dog.
Scooby-Doo wasn't even a vegan. Scooby-Doo ate everything. He was an omnivore. Yeah. Candy, chocolate, sugary drinks, meat, vegetables, sandwiches. He'd take everything.
Exactly. Shaggy was actually a vegan, though.
Shaggy ate the same stuff that friggin' Scoob did.
No, but when
I know more recently they changed it.
What is it? Not Chris Christie. That's the politician. What is his name?
Who?
Casey Kasem. I think that's his name.
Yeah.
That was the original voice of God rest his soul. He said he went vegan and Shaggy went vegan as well.
Well, because they based the character on him. That's why.
Yeah. Well, not on him because he wasn't a white hippie man. I think he was Mexican. I don't know what he was. He was dark though. I remember.
No, I swear to God, they based the character off of him. I swear.
No, it looked like they based the character off of a white version of my dad. Just one big hippie.
No, Casey Kasem was he's American. He was born in Detroit. Yeah, he's dark skinned, but I would say
Is he white? I mean, it doesn't matter what his race is. It's just like I didn't think he was. Like this dude's mixed breed, man, like me. But I'm sorry, guys.
What
Like
the
Scooby Doo's
shit?
my favorite.
Ramble.
Yeah, oh, I loved Scooby Doo, man. I watched every episode, like Space Kook and Minor 49er. What was the first episode that they ever did? I think it was called Fright, A Night for a Fright, and it was with the Black Knight, and like the lady with the
Oh yeah, I
tapestry.
remember that one.
Oh, I loved them all. I watched a pup named Scooby Doo. I watched the one with Scrappy. I watched that one where it was like Scooby, Shaggy, and I think Velma only.
I guess it would be considered.
I watched Mystery Incorporated when it came out. I watched the new one. I love them all. I love them all.
He's Lebanese, Druze.
Hey! Legit, man. He's
He's
Middle
Lebanese
Eastern like
Druze.
me. Is Middle Eastern Jew?
No, Lebanese Druze. Druze.
Where's Lebanon? That's in the Middle East, right?
Are Lebanese people who adhere of the Druze faith, a monotheistic and Abrahamic religion, and
just
are
wanna teach you guys.
ethno-religious, esoteric group originating from the Near East who identify as Unitarians.
Near East.
That's what it says. From the Near East.
Okay, well, where's
I don't
Lebanon? Can you look up where Lebanon is for me, my friend?
Uh,
I'll randomly ramble
Lebanon.
while he's looking that up. But yeah, no.
Google Maps is your friend. Where are you?
Check the Middle East.
It's in Syria. Well, Lebanon is next to Syria.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's in Syria. I don't think they would like that.
Yeah, I mean it's Syria. You have Israel and Jordan, but it says I don't know why it says
Hey,
Near
Lebanon's
East.
near my people.
Yeah, I don't know why it says Near East, but that's what it says on the Wikipedia.
Maybe it's the Near East of the
What is Near
Mediterranean.
East? The Near East is a Eurocentric geographical
Talking to the mic.
term. It's still picking me up. I'm talking loud. The Near East is a Eurocentric geographical term which roughly encompasses a transcontinental region comprising Western Asia, Turkey, both Anatolia and East Thrace, and Egypt, which is mostly located in North Africa. Despite having varying definitions within different academic circles, the term was originally applied to the maximum extent of the Ottoman Empire. The term has fallen into disuse in American English and has been replaced by the terms Middle East, which includes Egypt and Western Asia, which includes Transcaucasia. So originally in the Ottoman Empire, that's why they're known as Near East. But because the Ottoman Empire,
But the Ottoman Empire was more east than they were.
the rest is Near East.
I guess Near East means just east of the Mediterranean.
Yeah,
Well, no, because Egypt's south of the Mediterranean.
but that's why I don't know why we call it the Middle East.
How are you in the middle of the East?
How are you in the middle of anything?
Unless you have like the East, like I'm holding up my hand, and you're directly in the middle of that.
Again, yeah, I don't know how we name these things or how these things get named. I'm just going off of
Also,
what
too,
Wikipedia
we're a
says.
sphere. We're an oblong spheroid.
But you can be near south and near north. Technically, you can be near east. No, you
No,
can't.
but in the grand scheme of three-dimensional space, there is no north, south, east, or west. There's no
technically,
up or down.
there is a true north. Because remember, technically,
No, that was all man-made. So
no.
technically, none of it exists.
no. But if you look at mathematically a sphere and stuff like that, a sphere has millions of points. So you could, in turn, find the one true point, true north. Same thing, you can find the 1 point, true east.
It doesn't
True
have a
west.
million of points, dude. It's an infinite amount of points.
Yeah, but that you can still get close, relatively close to being the true north, true east, true south. true
Okay,
west.
I'm a doctor. I'm not a
Just saying.
professor. Like,
No, no,
I'm not a scientist. I don't know what
But
you're.
this is going off of stuff I learned in math class. Where
I'm not even a doctor. I don't know why I said that. I'm a fledgling doctor. Like, I'm going for my doctorate. I don't even know.
Swear.
What are you gonna look up? Why is it called the Middle East?
No.
What are you looking up?
Shaggy,
Was Shaggy
based off of him.
based off of Casey Kasem?
He
I'm
is.
just reiterating what he's saying, just in case it doesn't pick up.
But
No, yeah, like Shaggy, like he was my favorite character. I just enjoyed the show so much. It didn't teach you anything, and it was the
Yeah, it
same
did.
concept. Not really. And it was the same concept every episode in the original one. They get somewhere. Spooky thing happens. Follow spooky thing. Make elaborate trap. Trap goes wrong, but they still catch bad guy. It's always the dude that you just thought of. Besides the robot. The robot was, just a malfunctioning robot.
Okay, so interesting enough. So he didn't go vegan. He became a vegetarian.
Oh, okay.
In 2002, because Casey became vegetarian.
That's where I'm working towards.
Yeah.
I'm working towards ovo-lacto vegetarianism.
But apparently he's like when he first signed on to be the voice actor for Shaggy, he stated that while he was hip to what hippies were about, he never portrayed a hippie character. So he wanted to portray Fred Jones, the and then Frank Weller,
quote unquote leader,
and Frank Welker wanted to portray Shaggy. But in turn, they flipped the two and they gave Casey Shaggy and Frank Welker was Fred.
And you know what? I want to know what Casey Kasem, or Fred would look like or sound like.
I mean, yeah.
Like Soing Scoob. Like, I want to know,
So, yeah, they even go more in-depth regarding that one. It's where he's unsure of what a voice of a hippie would sound like. Kasem based his vocal style and mannerisms for Shaggy on those of Richard Crenna's character Walter Denton from the radio television sitcom Our Miss Brooks. So he based it off of another character.
I think a lot of voice actors do that, though.
So,
I think Bill Hader did one of my favorite skits, Stefan.
Mm-hmm.
And he based it off of an actual person he knew at a coffee shop, where he was like, "This is the kind of guy who goes to dungeon sex parties." Like,
Billy West voiced Shaggy later on. Oh, wait, he was in...
No, but it's not Billy West now. I think it's that guy from Scream.
Oh, no. I'm just saying, like, he was... Where was it?
Sorry, guys, for, like, the weird...
Hey, this is interesting stuff. I grew up with... We grew up with Scooby-Doo, goddammit.
Well, yeah, but we didn't grow up with it when it was new, though. Because we're not born in 1960-something.
Yeah, but, I mean, freaking grew up watching it on...
I love it, though, because, like, my mom is very much the Fred. Like, the Daphne and the Fred. Like, she grew up in the 50s. And my dad... was, his teenage years is more in the, because they're 7 years apart. His teenage years is more in
Billy
the
West
60s.
did it in the films.
What, like Moonscar Island and all those other
like
films?
Scooby-Doo and Zombie Island.
Oh my god, did you know they redid that? No, they didn't redo it. They went back to the Zombie Island.
Scott Ines voiced Scooby and Scrappy. And he voiced Shaggy in
Wait, did you watch Zombie Island?
Which one was that?
That was the one on Moonscar Island, and like there was actual ghosts for once.
No,
oh man! So that was like the Scooby-Doo movie, where the live-action one, where they were
No, that wasn't. It was an animated one.
No. But it was like the live-action one, where like now they've all broken up. They're doing their own thing. Scooby and Shaggy work security at an airport.
Mm-hmm.
Velma, she runs her own occult mystery shop. With like her parents
that makes sense,
did.
Yeah.
Well, like later on, her parents were basically occult mystery writers or something like that.
Makes sense.
Daphne was just Daphne, and Fred did Fred shit. I think Fred was on a talk show. No, Daphne was a writer, and she was on a talk show. And Fred was like her assistant.
Or like supposedly in the live action movie, he was like a model.
Well, in the live action, he was a model, but I think in that one, he was
wearing
just
an ascot because he was an ass. Scott.
But I think he was. But anyway, they go to this island where it's like, I don't want to ruin it for people. Just watch it; it's really good. But they go back to it. They just released a Return to Zombie Island, and I haven't watched it yet, but I think I'm going to. I think I'm also going to watch Scoob because they brought the Blue Falcon in.
I'm kind of iffy on that.
Oh my god! Okay, if you guys ever get a chance, I think Verve has this. Verve has every Scooby-Doo ever made.
Huh.
And they have the new Scooby movies where they had all the guest stars like Don Knotts and
Don Knotts.
Sorry.
Okay, I even saw one recently about Scooby-Doo with the WWE and John Cena. I was like, that just is so perfect.
Oh my god, I love that shit. He stopped a boulder.
It would be hilarious if John Cena was the antagonist going, because you can't see me. But John, we see you right there. No. You can't see me.
Did you ever watch Supernatural?
No.
Okay, so when I was a kid, I had like terrible nightmares, and And what is that? Oh, what did my doctor call it? I used to see eyes on my wall before I went to bed,
Oh, that's like the
like a waking nightmare almost or whatever.
yeah.
But so I had like sleeping was terrible for me, and I would always wake up and I would sleep in the living room with my mom because my mom slept in the living room because something about like she can't breathe or something. I can't remember. I don't have to explain this to people.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'd sleep on a couch in the living room because I hated being alone, and the TV would be on, and it was usually on like TMT or TBS or whatever the ones that have charm. TNT, you know
TBS, not TMT.
TMT
That's
is
the
the
1,000. That's the
TMT is
30-meter
a very
telescope.
hot button subject right now in Hawaii.
We're not trying to touch. We're not trying to touch on that. It's the
That's politics.
The network,
we stay away from politics.
The network TNT.
Yeah, and they had Charmed and Supernatural early in the morning, and I'd always wake up from a nightmare around 2 or 3.
I swear to God, Supernatural wasn't out then because I know I watched.
No, that was later on. But like later on, 'cause I stepped out in the living room to like well into my like long enough where it was kind of like I should probably grow up by now.
And get
but
my
I
own
hate
room.
being alone. Like I'm terrified of being alone. It's something I need to work on. And like I would always wake up from a nightmare and I would watch Supernatural and Charmed. So I watched every episode of Charmed. I love Charmed. That's why when I saw Kelly Cuoco or whatever her name is on Big Bang Theory, I was like, that's the sister from Charmed that no one liked.
Okay, I will pose a question after you, but
on Supernatural a couple years ago, maybe a year ago, I can't remember how long ago it was. I suck at telling time. They had a Scooby Doo episode.
Oh,
and so the Winchester brothers go to Scooby Doo cartoon world. They're like, oh my god, holy shit, we're fucking cartoons. And they meet Scooby and Shaggy, and Fred has like an existential crisis. He's like, you mean to tell me there's real demons and we've been chasing people in masks? What is my life? And like Velma's freaking the fuck out, and Shaggy and Scooby, and, like people are getting their heads chopped. It was great. It's a good. If you don't want to watch Charmed, just watch that episode.
So I have two questions.
Okay.
Well, one's a question, one's more of a statement.
A statement that you want to rebuttal.
Yeah. No. One's a statement about something that I think will be funny. So the first question is, so when we're talking about Charmed, the original Three Sisters,
yes,
or the new one after Shannon Doherty left and Rose McGowan took over?
I like Rose McGowan. The reason why is because I didn't like Shannon Doherty in 90210.
Well, I mean, yeah, as an actress, apparently.
I didn't like her as an actress.
As an actress, yeah, apparently she was
good, but I think the story started taking off better after she left.
I don't know, because I do like the original three. I don't know why.
No, I do like the original three. I think it's because of the fact that like they were the originals. We grew up with them.
No, because I did watch the ones with Rose McGowan, but I think when they're doing when they're chanting together, Rose McGowan's voice stood out like way too much. Didn't blend.
No, okay, I get that.
One when they're chanting, like it makes especially if you believe in the witchcraft and stuff like that. When it blends together, it sounds better.
Like, it sounds like a real spell.
Yeah, it sounds like how it should versus because Alyssa Milano and I can't remember the other actress's name, but when they were saying it, like they matched.
Alyssa Milano.
Yeah, and then Rose McGowan was there, and you could literally just pick Rose McGowan out of it, and you're like,
God, Alyssa Milano is still pretty to this day, man. I had a huge crush on her.
And then the other statement is, so if you have something called a banana hammock for your front, is a Speedo an ascot?
Yes. Yes, because it helps, it comforts the butts.
That's why. So that's why when we're talking about ascots, I was like, why is an ascot called something around your neck when technically a set of Speedos would be considered an ascot?
Well, it's not spelled the same way, but yeah, I get it.
I know, but I was just like, it just kind of popped into my head. I was like, that's kind of hilarious. But, so it's a banana hammock ascot.
No, I love the fact that you like sure. I can't laugh at my own jokes. Like I really I have a hard time laughing at my own.
That's
jokes.
a lie. You've laughed at your own jokes a lot before.
And then
even now you do.
When? Oh no, I did laugh at that one joke about fuck, I just said it on this too, but I forget very quickly a lot of things.
But you still laugh at your own jokes. Not every joke that you put, but you still laugh at your own jokes.
Okay, I'll admit that. Yeah,
Everybody kind of laughs at their own jokes every now and then. Like, you're not. I'm not crazy where I'm laughing at everything that I say. Like, haha, it's a joke. Like, no. It's just It's just a weird thought that popped into my head that I kind of correlated and put two and two together. And went, this sounds pretty fucking funny.
No, I get those a lot.
The banana ascot. Just ascot's a funny word because if you break it down, it's ascot or ascot.
You know, the movie Waiting got me thinking about the name, like the word chlamydia.
Why?
Because it doesn't sound terrible. Like the disease is. I mean, I guess it's curable, or not curable, but treatable. So who gives a shit? But
yeah, it could be Pete
Davidson said, man, like, you know,
it could be a beautiful girl's name.
No, yeah, right. But like Pete Davidson said, man, he's always like, no, I don't wear condoms because like 90% of them are treatable now. So who gives a shit? I don't believe in that, but you know,
knock knock.
Who's there?
Not your dad. Yeah,
that's not our joke. That's not our joke. I don't want to get flagged just in case that, you know, that's a commercial right now on YouTube. But no, that's not our joke. We're JKing from the movie.
I don't think it's anybody's one joke in particular. It can be used.
There's a Vine that I like,
but that recently has come up in Pete David's.
There's a Vine that I like where it's like, I bet I can make you say 5. He's like, yeah, bet. Cool. So how old were you when your dad left? It's such a fucked up joke.
Never.
Well, for you, no. But
I win. Give me my money.
Well, you never took the bet, so I win. Got to shake on it, man. I am an old school gambler, man. Like, you got to shake on that. Like,
shake.
You ever watch Django?
Which one? The
Unchained?
new one? Okay, so the new one.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm very much like Calvin Candy when it's like, you know, a deal is not done in the South unless we shake hands. Like, I'm very much like
that. I gotta admit, Leonardo DiCaprio.
Quentin Tarantino's movies are good, but that was great.
I think just Leonardo DiCaprio, that, you know, was a really good role that he pulled off really well, and it was just so cringeworthy of the fact that Quentin Tarantino was writing.
It took my wife and I 2 days to watch the whole movie.
I was like,
no, it took my wife and I 2 days to watch the whole movie. We watched up to Candyland and had to stop. And then the next day we finished from Candyland on.
Because it was just so cringeworthy.
No, you know what it was though? I respect it though. Because slavery wasn't like Roots where everyone was jumping brooms and singing songs.
No, I'm not saying it's cringy in the sense where it's like it's terrible.
No, it's cringy because it's like, you know, this happened.
And it gets you like, geez, like this is like
I can't.
This is the reason why too good. And that's why it's cringy.
Yeah, this is the reason why I tell people, like, never judge an evil person because we're all capable of evil. Like, those are just normal humans.
And that was normal at the time.
Yeah, exactly.
But now by today's standards, yes, that's very.
Let's not forget that we used to drink horse milk. We think it's gross, but we used to eat horse meat.
Some places still do.
England. On accident. So they weren't testing for horse meat like a year or two ago, and then oops.
No. I'm not talking about like, well, okay, I don't want to say civilized culture, but like you have the nomads and stuff like that in like Mongolia and stuff like that do actually eat horse. Because it.
No. What I'm saying is that nobody knew they were eating horse in England. They were
okay, that's their fault for fucking up.
No, like they weren't testing the meat. And then fucking Iceland. I think it was Iceland. The governor, mayor, whatever they call prime minister, was like, yeah, we didn't test for horse meat, but we didn't test for dog or cat either. I'm like, fuck, it could be dog and cat too. Oh no, Fido, Mrs. Puffs, like that sucks.
Exactly, but I mean, so you know, we can say that's cringeworthy now because of what
the times,
because of our standards in the U.S. But when you look at, again, like the nomadic people in Mongolia, stuff like that still survive off of the land, they're going to eat horse meat because if it's available, and they're catching wild horses, like, you know, they're taking them down, but they're not like massacring them. It's just one, and you know, it's enough to feed like the whole
the village,
the whole as a nomad, village, and then they move on. So that's the thing. It's like they're not fucking up the ecosystem in any way, shape, or form. They're not like trying to mass harvest them it's just a necessity to survive.
Yeah.
So watching Andrew Zimmern on like his bizarre food stuff and things like that, he's eaten with them, and he says it's not. We think it's weird because we put labels on a horse can be a pet,
Yeah.
horse and stuff like that.
We judge.
Yeah, but the thing is, when you think about it in terms of life and death, if you had to choose between potentially saving your life and the life of your family over the life of it in our society, it is a hard decision. But in others where it's like if it's always life or death, of course they're going to choose to be able to survive, self-preservation.
Yeah.
So I mean, don't get me wrong, like we can joke about people accidentally eating horse meat, like even for best way, even like J-Bay, his neighbor, remember his neighbors were Filipino.
Yeah.
And his apparently their uncle or something came over from the Philippines to their house, and their dog went missing. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was the thing that happened. But again, that's an everyday thing, or that's not
their culture.
That's not anything unusual to them, but it is to us because we label certain things and we think it shouldn't be done, but sometimes it is out of necessity. They have to do it to survive.
Yeah.
Because they're poor, their poverty, they're poor is a lot worse off than ours.
Like I can say right now, like I would never eat a human, but then if I'm fucking starving and there's a human near me.
Yeah, it was like
the story of the shipwrecked people?
No, there was the plane crash. It was like the soccer team or like the football team.
Yeah.
International football, not American football. But football soccer. But it like crashed or something in the Alps, and they were able to keep. It was like at least like 8 of them alive out of like 20 or 30 something people, because even though the bodies were frozen, they were still essentially being preserved. And in the long run, in order to survive, they did have to eat some of the people in order to survive.
Sorry, you're gonna hear me vape.
So I mean, out of necessity, yes. As it sits now, the way things are, would I eat a person? No. But if I was stranded someplace and it is life or death, I'm not gonna.
Yeah, anyone could say I'll take a bullet for you, but there's not a lot of bullets flying around now, are there? You know what I mean?
So
like you could say that you wouldn't do something, but you have never been in a position
where you have to make that choice.
Yeah.
Yeah. But ultimately, I think fight or flight. It's gonna come down to.
I think that's why I don't judge people, because I have that understanding.
Yeah. And that's for whatever reason most people don't seem to understand.
Well, most people are shallow and vain.
Yeah,
you have to grow out of that. That's why I agree. Like, I'm deathly terrified. I'll tell this to the folks at home. I'm deathly terrified of ever being famous. I really am. I don't want people to know who I am. I love my anonymity. That's why we don't use names. That's why we're never going to show our faces. I mean, D might later on, but the moment we're showing faces, like I'm not doing that. We made that decision a long time ago.
And that's why he's going to be Perry the Platypus.
Yeah, well, I like platypus. Like, they're my favorite animal. They have no stomach.
He likes that platypus.
No, I do not. That's weird. Very weird. But I think that's why, like, I don't judge people, because there's an old saying of, like, there's 2 sayings I like. One of them is I don't judge my past because I don't live there anymore.
Yeah.
And that's what I believe every day. You know what I mean? Like, people do. And the second thing is, like, people do evil things, and that's what gets me to the second thing.
Practice what you preach, sir.
I know, I have to.
He's working on it, but I
get stuck in my past, and my past is not the nicest sometimes.
But the past makes you who you are today.
Yeah, I don't think I would have been a more open, caring person if I like you don't know true good unless you've experienced true evil.
Yep.
And I'm not talking about being the victim. I'm talking about being the victimizer. Is that the
being
word?
The villain in the scenario.
Yeah, like, until you don't know what it's like to be a hero unless you play the villain.
Yep.
I think that's the reason why I've never liked Captain America.
Yeah.
Because that guy is too good. Like, Tony Stark. Is the reason why Tony Stark's my favorite is because he's um, not personally, but basically killed millions of people with the weapons that he's created.
Yeah.
And then he had a change of heart and he changed to become a better person. And I think that's the reason why I respect him so much. But again, like the second one, the second phrase that I like is you can't judge a person unless you've walked a mile in their shoes.
Yeah, some people got small feet, man. I don't know if I can.
No,
That'll hurt my feet.
no, but for real though, like I had a rapist in my car. I'm an Uber driver. That's my job when I'm not doing this. And I had a convicted rapist in my car, and I gave him a second chance. I was like, "Look, man, like, are you still doing it?" He's like, "No, I want to be a better person." And I went, "Cool, I'll be your first second chance." And I treated him like a human.
Yeah.
And it's because, like, I was a violent person, and people change.
Yep.
He doesn't live in that past anymore, so I can't judge him for that. And also, too, I want to be a psychiatrist. And you can't be a psychiatrist and, like, judge people's lives.
Yeah.
I don't know what mental problems that man had.
Yeah, because ultimately it comes down to, like, you don't know what the situation they were in. You don't know what was going on at the time.
You don't know how the mental state was. You don't know what... he could have been beaten as a kid.
It's human nature. We all have the capacity to change.
We all have the capacity for good, but...
It's just, is the person capable of it?
Every person's capable of change, in my opinion.
Well, that's the part.
Again, my personal opinion. Yeah. Like, everyone's capable of change.
But, like, I would say, like, there are those ones that were just... I don't know a better way to put it was, like, just the purest of evil. Like Jeffrey Dahmer.
But he wasn't evil. That guy, like, we don't know. He had mental problems.
No, but that's why, like... But that's the thing. Did he... If we gave him the chance, would he actually have wanted to change? Or would he just be like, I don't care, I'm already doing what I'm doing?
But again, then that goes to sociopathic, psychopathic tendencies.
Yeah.
Like, that's the reason why, like, if anybody's trapped in the past out there, if anyone tried to use me as a premise, you can change, and you can get better. You just need to make the change for yourself. And it's a process, and it's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen over a week. It's not going to happen over a month or year. It's going to happen over many years. And you need... the moment you have a mental breakdown, the moment your morality comes into play, you will learn to change. I had no moral compass. I didn't give a shit. Now I do.
You had them to a point.
Not really.
Is it to a point?
To a very small point.
You still had some type of morals to a point.
Oh, yeah,
as far as how many morals, it could have just been, I have this, and that's it.
Yeah, but then I got help.
And then it broadens. But, yeah, you still had some type of moral compass. Just the compass was always pointing this way and was really small.
Yeah.
Wouldn't really shift
I didn't know I was bipolar. Now that I know, like...
Now you know I wasn't shifting like how it should.
It is scary when you're diagnosed something chronic that's going to be with you for the rest of your life.
Yep.
It really is scary, but you have a point of attack now.
Yep.
You can fix it,
And with proper help, proper support, everybody has the capability to be able to turn themselves around, to be able to get out of that place and, be someplace better. Ultimately, that's, like, I would say, the medication and stuff can help, but
it's you.
It starts with yourself, but it also helps to have a good support system.
Yeah.
Because if you don't have a support system and you're only relying on yourself and the meds and your psychologist, the psychologist has a lot of shit. Has a lot of other people that he's helping as well. But I think it's a lot harder for somebody who doesn't have a support system to be able to get out of the hole he dug.
Yeah.
So you need somebody to even if it's just being able to talk to somebody, even if it's being able to, at least get help from, like, just standing on somebody's shoulders to be able to get out of the hole. Like, that's all.
And if you don't have anybody, use us.
Yeah.
We're here. We look at it. We wait for the comments. We haven't gotten much, but
haven't gotten any really.
Yeah, but we're here.
But we're open to all of that. We want to be that potentially that ear, the shoulder to cry on. Even if this blows up tomorrow and we get like a million subscribers, whatever.
Oh, I'd probably have a panic attack.
Well, yeah, I would fucking freak out too. Don't get me wrong.
You'd freak out happy wise. I'd be like, oh shit.
Yeah, but I mean, even if it were to go that way, where we still, I don't even want to use the term influencer because I don't want to influence anybody's life. I don't want to influence anybody's decision.
Rock's the good thing. We want to be like, if you don't have a rock, we'll be a rock.
Yeah, we'll be here to help you through as much as we can.
But the thing is, though, is that like again, just because you have a rock doesn't mean that you need to do it yourself.
Yeah.
I got my family and I got Dee's family who has adopted me as a son, basically, and I was here every day for almost the last 2 weeks because, I need people sometimes, and if I have a freak out at my house, I come over here so I can get away from that. It's
yeah, because you don't know if something in the house triggered it or something like that, which could make it worse.
Yeah. I think this is a good place. I like ending it on positive notes. I mean, this seems a little down, but there is hope. There's always hope. Don't forget the story of Pandora's box. All the evils in the world plus hope.
Plus the comic book nerds, Blue Lantern Corps. Go.
Exactly. If you want actual, understand that, there is, the Lantern Corps, man. If you need help, read off the Blue Lantern Corps' oath to yourself.
And I'll read it out as well. So as the oath goes, in fearful day, in raging night, with strong hearts full, our souls ignite. When all seems lost in the war of light, look to the stars, for hope shines bright.
That actually made me feel better.
Yes. I really like the Lantern Oaths. They're so good.
Well, most of them.
Except Greed.
And Fear.
Well, that's because he's literally just talking about himself.
Yeah, that one just kind of sucked in general. The purple one, Indigo Tribe, because
I don't think they actually translated Indigo.
Nope, they did not. So that's useless.
It's just some alien language that they said they'll eventually get to, but they never really did because nobody outside of the alien races.
No, because what are you going to say? What was the Indigo Tribe's emotional scale?
What was it? I think Indigo was love.
That's Pink Sapphires.
Wait, compassion. No, wait. Compassion. That was compassion.
Well, I would really like for them to post that motherfucker up there in English.
Because they have the White Lantern Corps. They didn't even do it for the White Lantern Corps, but Sinestro Corps. Well, because they don't technically call it the Fear Corps. It's Sinestro Corps. So it is based upon himself.
Yeah.
Which is why he's a douchebag. Alpha Lantern, Green Lantern Oath, okay, we did all of those. The Blue Lantern Oath, Indigo. Oh, yeah, that's right. The Indigo, because it was based off of Avon Sur.
Yeah, which was an alien.
Yeah. The Star Sapphire Oath is the Violet Light. See, it's funny. They even have one for the Black Lantern Corps, but they didn't do one for the White Lantern Corps.
Yeah, because aren't they just pure power?
And then you have the Ultraviolet Corps, which I actually didn't read that comic, but that was Kyle Rainier's one. That was the one where he had
unseen lights, right?
Yeah, that was the one where he had actually all of the rings. And it became the Ultraviolet Corps.
So screw you, man. I don't know if we talked about this on
we did talk about it before, but it wasn't Hal Jordan.
You told me that he didn't have all the rings.
It wasn't Hal Jordan. It wasn't Hal. It was Kyle.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So Hal Jordan never had all the rings together. It was called so it wasn't called Blackest Night because I ended up looking it up again. I just for whatever reason it kind of stuck in my head. It was Blackest Night. The Blackest Night was the ones about the different rings, and then it was like the crisis. Which is
the one that Batman gets the ring.
That I can't remember.
Darkest Night.
Something like that, yeah. But yeah, the Ultraviolet Corps was the one that was Kyle Rainier's one where he had one of each of the rings, and that became the Ultraviolet Corps. So that was that.
Yeah,
that
but
one was one
how
of
do
those.
you do colors for unseen light?
I don't fucking know.
What is this? H.P. Lovecraft, The Color Out of Space, which is a real book, by the way.
Yes.
And I think they just made a movie with Nicolas Cage.
They did?
Yeah, The Color Out of Space. It's supposed to be So basically, HP. You know what? We'll cover this next time.
So we'll do the H.P. Lovecraft. All right.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Now we have a heading,
Yes.
and it's a heading I know a lot about. I've read up basically all of his books.
And if you like board games, go play Eldritch Horror.
Eldritch Horror.
Mansion of Madness.
The Omen Sign. Mansion of Madness is really good, but that one you need.
What was that other one? That really huge one, because I know Eldritch Horror was the card one.
Arkham Horror.
Yeah, Arkham Horror. That was the big board one. Yeah. To go play those games, they're actually quite fun and quite challenging.
No,
But they're fun.
Yeah, and if you want an ironic game to play right now, I hope my leg shaking's not making
Pandemic.
Pandemic. It's a fun game to play. It's very difficult after
You had the expansions.
It's depending.
God,
it's
the
a
four
game
we still
that's-
haven't beaten it.
Yeah, I know.
Well, we've beaten it before, but we haven't beaten it with the mutated one. We've always lost.
Yeah.
We cured twice, but we didn't cure the other two, and then we got overrun by the outbreaks and we lost. Oh, it's so sad.
Yeah, no. We're not good at board games. We're decent.
Well, I mean, we figure out the best way to do it, and we try it out.
Okay, here. So we have a group that plays board games with us, but D and I, we've been fucking brothers for years. So we've consistently played board games by ourselves as well as with our group, trying to see if just us two can beat the games, and we've beaten most of our games. Yeah, we both just looked at the Legendary game. So there's a game from Marvel called Legendary. It's
not a game from Marvel. It's just called Legendary Deck Builder.
Yeah, it's a deck building game. Well, it's from Marvel.
No, because they have the AVP, they have Firefly. So it's the
I guess it's not.
They just base it off of Marvel. They base it off of the TV show Firefly.
We've never beaten Firefly.
Because
based off episodes.
But that's because why doesn't Mal take out Serenity anymore?
Because it needs a wash.
For those of you who don't get that joke, go watch Firefly. It is on Netflix, I think, right now, and I also believe Serenity is on Netflix, the movie. But that was a great series with Nathan Fillion, who also.
All I'm gonna say is I'm a leaf on the wind.
Oh, that's messed up.
I'm a leaf on the wind.
Oh, that's messed up. But if you don't know who Nathan Fillion is, he also did Castle. He's done The Rookie, which was after Castle. He plays a rookie police officer. He has voiced Hal Jordan in a couple of the DC animated movies.
I honestly can't hear Hal Jordan in any other voice now, but yeah.
Yeah, because Nathan Fillion can play Hal Jordan. He should play Hal Jordan. Granted, he's old, but he should play Hal Jordan.
You know what? Okay. No, we'll touch this later too. We're gonna talk about the Green Lantern movie as well. All right. Be kind to one another. Judge not, and we love you.
Should I read another Lantern Oath?
Yeah, read one more. Read the Pink Sapphire one. That's love.
Okay. So we'll end on this note, and if you want, look up the Lantern Oaths, and let us know which one you like.
Yeah.
But this is for the Star Sapphire. For hearts long lost and full of fright, for those alone in blackest night, accept our ring and join our fight. Love conquers all with violet light.
We love you guys. Peace.
Have a good one.